Ooh, I like this one. What fictional place would you most like to go?
Fictional place.
Like anything, like from
Harry Potter is the first.
That was literally. I mean, come on. It's either Narnia.
Oh my God, Narnia was like the second one.
Narnia,
Yeah.
or come on. I mean, Harry Potter. I mean, the Wizarding World. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I just like everything about Harry Potter. I love that.
Kind of like also just like Winnie the Pooh comes
Like,
to my mind, like just like
magical,
that
like,
forest.
yeah, I like
kind
that.
of like slow lifestyle. It seems like they're just really chill. You know, they just hang out.
Ooh, what songs have you completely memorized? It's kind of a good one.
That is a good one.
Right? I know. What are some of the small things that make your day better?
Oh,
I know, that's a good one. Warm and fuzzy.
Getting like a random text message from a friend, just like it being like, hey, I love you, or I miss you, or like, I hope you're having a great day. Like, I think little stuff like that is like, oh, thanks, because I was kind of having a little shitty day,
like,
and that just like
little
picked it up.
warmer.
How did you know? Yeah.
That's cute.
And butterflies and birds.
Yeah.
Like, just like if I'm just like driving and then I just see like a little butterfly or bird, I'm like, oh, that just makes my day.
Definitely. I also love a good sunset. And
colors.
I do love butterflies. When I see butterflies, I always feel like mesmerized because I have a lot in my backyard. So I'm like, just go back there. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it just feels like a safe space. Like if a butterfly wants to hang out here, like it's a good space.
And it feels like, okay, how about this one? What's the best thing that happened to you this last week?
This last week.
I like this one too. Okay, we'll play around with this one. It says, what piece of entertainment do you wish you could erase from your mind so that you could experience it again for the first time? Like, it can be any type of thing that it can be any, to me, I took it as anything that entertains you.
Okay.
So like something that entertains you, what do you wish you could erase so you could experience it again for the first time?
Oh, whoa.
I know,
that's
right?
Like,
isn't that an interesting question?
It's really getting my brain
I
going.
know. What would I want to erase and then go through again? What are some things or behaviors that you've had to unlearn? And actually, it just said things. I threw in behavior.
What are some
behaviors that you had to unlearn? I can start off with this.
Okay, go ahead.
So something that I feel like this is actually kind of going right to like where I'm at right now and what I've been working on this last year. But definitely for me growing up, I did learn to kind of put some walls up and create a little bit of a boundary, what I thought was protecting me. So for me, some things I've had to unlearn is basically closing off and instead like helping myself to open up and be more vulnerable, because I really feel that what I've learned this last year is that even when we think we're like protecting ourselves and we're like, okay, well, I just gotta protect my heart, or I gotta keep this wall up and not let somebody get too close, it really doesn't stop us from getting hurt. And that's what's so funny. It's like, okay, here's the wall, but then hurt still creeps in through the back door and it still gets you. Because the reality is that by keeping a guard up and keeping people away, I think you still attract in situations for you to learn how to bring that down. So you're gonna you are forced to learn the lesson whether you want to or not. And the universe is like, girl, I've been trying to show you, you know? So that's one thing I really had to unlearn is just putting up a wall or creating a boundary or kind of keeping a distance when it's really not needed in that time or in that experience. So
you know what?
Okay.
You definitely brought that up to my attention. I don't think I ever really gave it much thought in terms of like how guarded I am. And where that came from, when it started, how I even do that, and I don't even realize it when I'm doing that.
About surrendering, right? Surrendering and trusting the fact that you are protected. And that this whole experience is not in your control.
Right.
You know, and that's the bigger thing. We all want to feel like we control something, so we try to hold on, well, I can just protect this, or I can just, and the reality is that you're not in control. And the more that you can surrender and let that go and just be in flow with the universe, and if you want to call it God or love, the universe, Mother Nature, source, who, but we could say who or what inspires you to be better.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You can go first.
Okay. Okay, so if we're gonna go, I think I want to answer the who and the what.
Okay.
So the who for me, for sure, is my son. I mean, for like hands down, before I had my son, I was kind of just floating. in my experience, and I kind of just didn't really like understand the point of everything. I sort of was like, I felt like I understood that the world had light and darkness, and that, you know, things happen, it's all relative, but I didn't really understand like what is the point of working so hard when at the end of the day you never know what's gonna happen, you never know when you're gonna die or when you're gonna leave your physical body. So I was kind of just like, what's the point, you know? And so I didn't really have a drive of direction where I was going. And then as soon as I got pregnant, everything changed in my life. I literally, everything that I do in terms of like the mission that I'm on is because I want to make things better for my son, or make the world a better place for our future children. Not even just mine, it became about the younger generation, and just the future. And so for me, he has been the single-handed like most influential person in terms of change. So love my son. That's like motherhood. It was so powerful for me.
Dope.
Yeah, and then in terms of what inspires me or what changes me, right?
I have...
Yeah, who or what inspires you just to be better?
To be better. Dang. I mean, I want to say Kai, for sure, my daughter, but I think there's also, like, I have a friend, her name is Hillary, and she... I don't know, like, she just has such a big heart, and she's just so genuine that to be like more of myself.
Yeah.
That
Definitely.
to be more of
I feel too like ever since I was really little, I always felt, and I actually feel like, and this could be like a big one, but I feel like this is even more important to me than motherhood, and motherhood is really up there. But I feel like I have this really strong drive within me to pursue to be my highest self, even though I do understand and realize that I am already my highest self, already within this moment. So it's really just a journey of understanding that I already have everything I need within me. But I've always had this strong drive for my spiritual journey and my spiritual practice. So that really every single day to like watch the signs and the synchronicities and all the little confirmations, like we said earlier, like, you know, those little daily things that I feel like just show me that I'm on my right path. I really have such a strong drive to watch what the universe is trying to show me. So I feel like that is one thing that always leads me to be better. It's just like, I know the universe is trying to show me something, and I know this is all leading me somewhere. I really do feel like this is all happening for a reason, so I'm excited to see where I'm headed. And
Get into like but what motivates me.
Yes.
And I think just overall being in this space, in this like reality, in this realm, you know, like being on this conscious planet that's like spinning around the sun in this vast universe, like totally inspires me to like be of service.
Yeah, totally.
In whatever way that means for me.
And I feel like this was a good segue to kind of like tie in about what we want to do with this channel. Yeah. Because I really feel like, you know, Eric and I, we've been friends for over 10 years now, and we always have these great talks. Sometimes really we just wanted to come together because we have all these great conversations, and we just wanted to dialogue and share that with you guys, you know, and really build this community of people so that we can talk about subjects and talk about maybe sometimes not the easy things. And, you know, I know that YouTube is a platform for people to share their lives, and we really just want to share our spiritual journey, and hopefully that you connect with it and our little quirks and our humor and, you know, all the little things that come along. But we're excited to share our story with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you summarized that pretty well. I do feel like when we come together and we have conversations, there's a lot of growth that happens through these conversations.
So
like
much.
Just like
Realizations.
epiphanies
Oh
on
my
epiphanies.
God. Yes.
And you know, and I don't know if that's something that is really in the mainstream. I don't know if that's something that friends know that you're capable of doing. I think that there's this very superficial idea that we grow up with in terms of like friends and who we call friends.
Right.
And I genuinely just want to be able to share what we have here and like hope that other people can take from it, and also just in that same way share space and hold space for other people who might be going through similar situations and don't really have anyone to share it with, or don't really have like a solution to it. Like maybe I hope that our conversations can kind of inspire some of that for people.
Definitely, because at the end of the day, like, I feel like so many of us feel like we're alone.
Yeah.
And I think that's a little bit of the mind too, but the reality is that we as humans are sharing a lot of the same type of experience. Whether it looks like this or it sounds like that, at the end of the day, it still makes us all kind of feel a certain way, and that's where we can connect. Like, I've felt that. I know exactly where you're coming from. And really, just trying to catch the realizations on camera, because we talk just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And so, it's literally just about sharing and hoping that someone is on the other side. Like, I feel that, I connect with that resonates with me, so.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I hope you guys liked our intro, getting to know us with these really awesome questions. And if you guys have any more questions for us, just like
totally
hit them down below, give this a thumbs up, subscribe, and
come join us on the journey.
Yeah, for real. Maybe you'll be a guest one day.
Hey,
who knows?
car party.
All right,
bye guys.